guys selling our red giants.
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, perlawanan kedua Selangor Red Giant menentang Mythic sini pada Myanmar sama-sama kita saksikan.
And they could be the first team to qualify for the
Adakah
knockout
SRG akan berjaya
round.
menyamakan
SRG,
kedudukan?
the defending champions of MSC, forced
Akan
this to a
menebus
game
kekalahan
number
untuk
3.
comeback tadi.
Mirko and
Sama-sama
Brigida,
kita
let's go.
saksikan, geng.
Thank you, Renmar. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, again, the game. We're getting ready to get and jump into the game. Brig, what do you think about drafts this time? Last time you said, yes, very greedy lineup for the side of the Mythic Seal gang.
I feel like at this point I'm just preparing myself for the amount of clashes we'll be seeing in this game. Earlier it did seem like there were already a lot of clashes, but not a lot where Mythic Seal were able to respond early on. We saw how it took them a while to get their first kill on the board, so now I feel like it's a bit different. It's a lot more committed fights that can come from both of these two sides.
Well, here already a brawl in game number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday in Group B, we saw the reigning world champions of MLBB get dropped down to the lower brackets in Group B. Well, now, the defending MSC at Esports World Cup champions thrown down to the ground in Group A.
Yep, that is going to be the question for now. Mythic Seals in the mid lane. There's a lot of pressure going on. I feel like the mid control is another thing we definitely will be having to look at. But before that, the emblems look pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Even for Nico on the mid lane Kimmy, it wasn't anything like a pull yourself together emblem he used earlier on. So.
By the way, it worked. Yeah, pull yourself together, juice in last game. That was how they were able to gap close so well. And also escape so many times against SRG. So now let's see. SRG are actually already pushing the tempo. Skies is walking up. Oh, doesn't get to steal it though.
Yeah, Ken still gets it. But this is SRG literally pressuring Ken all over again, whereas Cram he's doing such a great job all alone.
Tapi Cram menang by one.
Some help even because of just how well he's been managing Kun on the EXP lane. So would contesting the first objective really be an option for Mythic Seal? Because even looking at
gaya dia Lancelot tak contest turtle pertama ni guys.
They're just blocking his way.
Dah kena press
Cram also just winning out on this lane against Kun. It's going to be very tough to get to the turtle. And
again, sebaik mungkin ni dia nak ni sweeper retry. Dia akan rusuh jungle musuh ni.
Skies picks it up, instantly rotates over to the purple buff. Hasn't used the retribution yet, so this should also be a steal
dapat
by Skies.
Risau jungle dapat.
This isn't something new to us. Mythic Seal, they do tend to let go of the objectives. But at least the difference now, I guess, is that SRG are yet to actually find kills or actually set up fights, which would amplify the advantage that they already have. So Mythic Seals, they're being very careful, but still, even when you look at their sides, it's not looking too good. Kun doing his best to survive. That's going to be first blood for SRG OG, just as we mentioned it.
Deja vu to game number 1. This is the 3rd minute rotation from Stormy into XP after getting Turtle. And they're going to get a whole lot of shots over to the turret. Will it be a turret take at the 3rd minute is the question now, just like in game 1. Oh, it's a bit too close to game 1 here. They almost get it done. All right, but
siapa yang lebih kemas tu je, geng.
Intact.
Okay, so this is basically a repeat of what SRG OG were able to do in the first few minutes of the game. So I wouldn't be so surprised if they're able to establish yet again a massive lead, a significant one at that, but they might have to be careful about
patut menang. Cram pandai jaga jarak tu. Baik tu.
Mythic Seals. I feel like they want to rush
Ini sebab
things
buku ke game ni?
now in this game, especially considering the amount of team fight prowess that they have. So forcing fights might not be such an issue, but instead he'll be the one targeted here by the way of the Dragon Thorn Throws as well committed onto him. But Boye, it seems like the pickoff took some time. Sekai's on the other hand too. Found some kills, but that's a 2-for-1 trade so far. Maybe could be 3 kills, but there won't be enough damage from Kun, and there's a respo from Cram as well.
Yeah, good traction pulse. It's a kill traded in for a kill plus a turret in the bottom lane. Cram was able to get it down. So still very, I would say still advantages towards SRG. Yes, this does give Ken a bit more breathing room in the jungle. Uh-oh, Cram.
Oh, that's
Aduh, Cram. Kena TikTok pula. Dash dia.
Converted into a successful
Mythic.
pickoff. That's one member down for SRG. OG Yums also half HP, but Sekai's gains access
Penalty.
to Ken and the other members. But we'll settle with
Tommy
Boye
Dunn,
for now,
wah.
but it's a double
Ni
kill for
blunder ni.
Boye. Sekai's will he be able to secure the objective?
Wah,
It seems
triple
like
kill
it's a
untuk Chow.
triple for Boye actually.
Macam
What a
tak
rejection
berbaloi
from
je,
him
guys.
From game number 1, but Innocent making it just in time. Finds the kill onto Nico.
Gets the kill back. Mythic Seal again.
Wah, laning
Turn
pula.
the gold lead
Wah.
around. SRG had the 2000 gold lead and now
Tiba-tiba
it's
kayak berterabur, guys.
up top. I'm trying to think of who. Yeah, obviously it's just worth it for Mythic Seal. It was an
Macam
all-out
maksa gila.
win. They lost Nico, but that's about it.
But the biggest question of
Esme ni late
all,
game dah lah monster tu.
I mean, I understand. They just pour in all of their resources. I mean, who gets the last hit doesn't matter, I guess. But it all went to Boye. Like,
Yeah, the
Ken
triple.
got none of those
Sky masuk.
kills. I mean, got
Sebab
the
masing low kan.
objective. No, not even the
Tengok shield.
objective.
It was good.
It was good.
Hey man, Ken has taken a big brother role as was
pecah.
said by him yesterday in an interview with Eternal. So that's part of the big brother role. You let your little bros pick up kills, pick up objectives. You just sit on the side being like, all right, brothers, you got it, right? And really for Mythic Seal, a win is a win, right? They still just want to equalize this goal lead, get a bit more time so that they can scale up into their mid to late game power spike, which is going to hit quite big. SRG are going to have to rely on Innocent now very early on. Innocent's still farming really, really well, so don't count him out. Don't count SRG out. They still have a... Oh, wait. Zippy's actually taking a shot. All right. Just gets away. That gold lead. There you go.
Yep.
Big one only on Innocent. Cool.
Aman force.
Oh. Is he actually gonna fight this?
Jangan
Yes,
kena
here, but
bait.
Nico and Boye are as well. Get some vision because of Stormy.
Tendangan
The
ke atas
Dragon is
Stormy.
committed on to Stormy instead, and Nico.
Stormy
There's the
ulti.
follow-up. It's not gonna be enough though. So, yeah, I feel like SRG needs to really reset after this. We're seeing a lot more responses, reactive ones coming in from them.
So for Mythic Seal, they've already done the tough job of getting the gold lead into an even standing here. Through team fighting, they've been able to get that. Now it's SRG's turn to try to turn things around.
Yeah.
But Mythic Seal have to hold on side lane at this point of the game. You got to remember that the Moskov will
Kena
constantly
reset
be
dia orang ni,
side lane.
guys. Serius
Mythic Seal
tu.
could actually just give turtles and trade it for turrets.
Like
Serius, kena
they
reset
did
dok.
in
SRG
game
ni.
number 1 and finally
Game satu
found a
tadi
way
mungkin
to turn
tercomeback
it
kan,
around
benda
from
boleh
late
menang
game.
kan.
Sekai's though successfully
Kena
taking
reset
the
dia orang ni.
objective, but this is going according
Moscow
to
free.
plan. If you're Mythic Seal, Boye though, there's a lot of damage coming in from Cram. They might have to respect that, but a beautiful
Purify,
falling
Stormy.
Storm Moon and the follow-up damage coming in from Nico. They're able to deal with SRG, even with the limited manpower
Someone
that they
force.
have. All things might change this time though, because Zippy might go in. Still won't. It's a... Okay, they don't risk it for now.
But again, Mythic Seal. The problem in
draft
game 1
pick
was they were
SRG
just so
kurang
far
ke?
behind. They lost a bit too many
Iya.
fights in the early game that it was difficult to find any trade that was actually worth it, right? Like, turret for turtle.
Boleh-boleh je sebenarnya ni. Tapi kena sabar. Kita tak boleh mistake dok. Yang mistake yang menyebabkan fatal lah. Pasal turtle kedua tadi. Kick off ke atas Innocent.
Will they be
Tiada
able
follow
to
up.
make it though? Yums is doing a great job at
Zaman
zoning
force.
out Nico and Zippy. There's the Zaman Force also committed by Innocent, and it
Chow
seems
down,
like
shut
Boye
down,
will be
baik.
punished. So those are great
There you go.
responses coming in from SRG.
And again, folks, remember the triple
Tapi
kill
mesti
from
boleh.
Boye. Innocent just didn't just pick up a
Jalan.
roamer. He picked up
SRG.
a shutdown on a roamer. That's massive for Innocent. A good bounty. Ken? Whoa! Starting to deal a lot of damage way earlier in the game compared to game 1. And again, to go back to the point before the team fight started, it's all about now being in a better position to come back, right? But it's for both teams now. For SRG, it seems like that game 1 has woken them up. The sleeping giants that
Yeah.
was in game 1.
Yeah, I was supposed to say even for Kun, SRG seemed like they were having a hard time to deal with Kun.
Goal lead ni
right
masing-masing
now.
balance
Yes,
lagi,
Morales
guys,
is like it came to a point where it's
Objektif pun
really
balance.
tanky, but
Tendangan ke
Boye
atas
gets
Sekais.
isolated. Zippy will try to provide some help, uses the Spear of Misery, but Sekai's
Eh,
nearly catches up.
Jangan paksa.
Fortunately, he survives though, and could
Cover
this
Cram
be
tu.
an opportunity for Mythic
balik,
Seal?
balik.
Cram is also very, very
Lancelot
low.
free lagi.
But there's an upcoming objective they might have to reconsider.
They're just splitting up the map. Ken doing a good job at trading on the other side of the map while SRG trying to get Prio down below. But I think he might be staying a bit too long. The rest of the team
10
are
from
here.
Ayah.
Tolonglah miss dash. Dah miss. Nice. Slot. Miss.
Indeed took too
Peluang cerah
long.
untuk dapatkan
And
lot.
just in time, SRG got the best possible pickoff, which allows them to secure this objective without any success. Okay, I saw that. I
Pure
saw that
distraction
in game
tu.
number 1.
Yes.
It could have happened again, but at least it didn't. Zippy.
I thank you,
will settle the
Ayam.
Tier 2 turret down bottom.
Zippy, is he late to the recall? Oh yes, he is
Zippy
too!
dijumpai.
Catch him
Baik.
even when he used the spear of misery, and that makes 2 kills for SRG and Daylord.
Kalau betul ada game ketiga lagi kan, tolong reset balik tu.
Oh,
kau boleh sikit.
Constantly looking for trades instead of fighting in the first few minutes of the game to hold the lead down from being too out of control. SRG just make the quick rotations. They just stay decisive, and Mythic Seal were the ones to be overconfident in the bottom lane up top as well. Ken now, Innocent pops in his Avant Force.
Oh,
Force.
Innocent. Looks like he can deal with Ken even on his own at this point. Just dodging all those punctures and all those roses. But now, Mythic Seal, could they do what they did in game number 1 in defending and prolonging this game? Oh, Thornton won't connect. But that is going to be the question. Because this time around, SRG, this is a 3k gold lead, and they have to make sure they don't repeat the same mistakes they did as well in game number 1.
Holy Defense already down in the mid lane. Now in the bottom lane, they are going to go for the siege. Yums walks up. Holy Shield pop again. Ken walks up. Able to get away, Ken, with a puncture.
That's a lot of damage coming in from Innocent. But somehow, someway, they're still able to hold on to their inhibitor turret. So again, Mythic Seal, they're back in the same situation of just trying to prolong the game. This isn't a Claude anymore, however. It's a Moskov and a Kimi. I feel like that's still a decent amount of wave clear if you're Mythic Seal.
Oh, Stormy!
Stormy menggunakan ulti menjadi tumbangkan. Walau weh.
That was so delayed. He ends up popping the Purify, and Boye goes into.
Tendangan. Daruk, sabar dok, reset
the
dak.
proper angle.
Ayo.
But yeah, Stormy, I think it was either like don't purify and at all or purify earlier, right? I think that was just like a unfortunate mistake from Stormy.
It's during these moments where Mythic Seal just find the turnaround. So SRG, they must have learned from these kinds of situations. They can't they didn't overstay in the base or near the base, but they were somewhere Mythic Seals could
balik
immediately
ke ada next game pa? Ada lagi. Dia akan jatuh low bracket ayam.
They're very high in terms of mobility.
Tadi
They have the
kita tak naik
Lancelot,
pula.
they have the Tro, and
Low bracket,
most
low
of the
bracket.
things start with the Tro
Kalau kalah
or
ada
the
low bracket
Esmeralda.
yang
So
kedua.
heroes like Stormy should be
Juga item innocent guys ada buku
better
kan
positions if put in these kinds of situations.
So SRG still have the lead, still have the advantage when it comes to the side lanes too, remember, in this game. Just like they did in the last game, they have to stay clean. They cannot be making those kind of mistakes with one person overextending.
Tapi SMM macam nak buat anti kuras
will be
apa?
up anyways in the next fight.
Tak tahu.
So that will be a
Macam nak
big
buat
resource that
anti-kuras.
he won't be able to utilize. Wave will be pushing up top though.
Oh, they don't use the Crimson Beacon, but the
Conceal?
Lord is already down to half HP. Cram uses the Curtain
Oh,
Call and
Stormy.
the Yo-Yo Blitz onto Kun, but Kun
Force.
is just so tanky. Boye finds
Tendangan.
the kick onto Cram, but is that the
Chow
right
down,
target?
Stormy
Ken
dipoki
dashes
kat
in,
belakang,
uses the
Lord.
Drones, will try to steal away
Dia
the
dapat oleh
objective, but
Sky.
Sky secures it for his
Ken
team.
mati. Sandwich. Dah flicker. Moskov.
Tries to run away the other side of the map. It's a Moskov versus everybody. I don't think he'll be able to survive, and it will
Nice.
be Yo's
Laman
with the
force.
swing of the War Axe to take him down. Mythic Seal lose the neutral objective and 3 members for a trade of Stormy.
It already looked like Kun was doing such a great job. Kun was doing a lot, got the attention of Stormy, but the change of targets, it was too fast. They decided to focus so much onto taking down Ken and Boye. They let Stormy, left Stormy alone. Could have been bad, but it was okay. But in the live cam, it seems like they're already approaching the base. Oh, it doesn't land.
Innocent dicari.
Didn't get
Aduh,
the
Innocent
touch.
down.
Finds the kill onto Innocent. SOD won't connect, however. Mythic Seal again find a way to deal with this for now.
Defend lagi guys.
Mythic Seal have found yet another
Trap juga Mythic Seal ni
angle to punish SRG. Yes, this is looking
Myanmar ni, boss.
similar to game 1. I'll be honest with you. Like, in terms of the turret takes, it's mid and bot too. And the mistakes, you wouldn't expect a mistake like that from Innocent or an overextension from SRG like that after
Kenapa
game
nampak tak
1.
kemas buat
But
SRG
you just saw
sebab
it.
enemy pun kuat.
They can, again, it just comes down to the reset. They've been better on the team fights too.
Okay.
So they just need to calm down.
Dia masuk ni, dia nak cuba cari
gotta
ruang
calm
ni.
down. They gotta let a few of these fights go. It's fine, you know, in a 4v5.
Oh, Kun though, he's dealing a lot of
Never mind.
damage. Phantom
Kram mati.
execution connects onto Kram. SOD lands as
Tendangan.
well. Nico finds the kill.
Reset
The
dok, balik
guy
dok.
next target, but fortunately has the dash.
Kena bait je. Kau
Mythic
tengok
Seal.
punci dia orang lama perang ni kan. Sebab Esme melayan Esme je guys. 3 orang dah boleh
Activates when
dapatkan
they're in
shield.
this point of the game.
As me and Lafel and you know from day number 1, they just need to be behind.
Zaman
Listen,
Voss.
walks up against Kun.
Baik ni Sun.
Okay.
It's alright, both these
Satu
teams
tu
are just
satu.
going at it, dude. Like SRG really should have
Tapi
been in
juga
that
Esme dah
position.
tak flicker dok.
While Innocent was down, taking a
Tak
4v5
respect
for no
ke?
reason. There were no objectives up top as well. And it's the same for Kun. There was actually no reason for him to be up in the mid lane so far up there. But yeah, oh yeah, he might be falling
Yeah.
next into. Look at the cut. Look at the cut. They can actually. No.
No.
Okay. They don't.
This is the point in the game where you just cannot be seen. So like, there have been a couple of questionable decisions or positions from some of these members, but things will definitely change once we head into the next objective. But SRG, it does look like they want to make things happen even before the objective gets to spawn. It looks like they're scouting and checking wherever Mythic
GG
Seal
Malefic Row mat.
could potentially come from. They're on the exact same opposite
Yes,
sides of the
right.
map though. So how will they capitalize on this situation? Stormy's up there. It'll take some
Di
time
sini
for
aku
him
tanya
to
sustain ni.
get here, but
They want to blitz it.
Top
yeah,
poking.
this is gonna be good for SRG because Zippy will have
Kongsi
to deal
daripada
with the
Yum
wave up
mencari
top.
Nico.
Still has the SOD, however, but
Kena
they're
tendang
zoning
Yum
out
lagi
the
ni.
members of Mythic Seals really well.
Sekali dah
Traction Pulse
ulti.
already committed. They catch Yum.
Yum flicker, oh mati Yum.
SOD lands, they find it.
Kram
now walking up.
Allahu.
Gets Carter's Spear Mystery
Double
out to
kill.
Lethal Wanderer.
Flicker daripada
What
Kun.
the hell?
Tendangan.
Oh, yeah,
Astaghfirullahaladzim.
with a
Sekali
way
down.
dragon from out of nowhere. Zippy goes over
Free
Spear
Fire,
Misery, can
Tommy.
walks up, puncture Innocent.
Taman
Has
Force
him on
Innocent.
force.
They actually tried to take him down, but the damage is too much. Nico will have to
Boleh
reposition
reset dok,
himself
boleh
as
reset dok,
well,
sumpah dok.
while the other members of Mythic Seal just focus on working on the Lord, and they finally get it
What in
for
the world?
themselves.
Baik, ya,
The seal
kiting
that
dia.
was placed in game 1 is activated in game 2. The seal is, every time we get past 16, I believe. Look at that Spear of Misery, dude. How unlucky was Cram to be right there on the pin with the small lethal on the Spear of Misery? Traction Pulse. Oh,
Innocent
no,
zaman
they baited
Force.
out Innocent.
Tak
Zaman
tergabung
Force
semua
coming
lari.
out. They don't have Lord.
Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at live cam view.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, all right, let's go back to the fight. Boye too, man. This guy, he's a bit too explosive, right? Like,
just
when
the
they're
right
ahead,
amount.
you don't want him to
What
do that. When
happened?
you're behind, you want him to do that. Mythic should just do better from behind.
Okay,
You know what?
this is
There-
confirmed.
There you go. This is confirmed.
All our theories from
Yeah.
day number 1, I think this proves it
Yeah.
all. If they especially win this game.
Hey, Turner was a big hater of that, by the way. Like, Mythic
Yeah.
should just play from behind. Hey,
No, they just
proof.
adjusted. They just play. Nah, why am I on the same boat? No, because I don't do that to Eterna. But anyway, this is gonna be such a statement for them. If ever they're actually able to make things happen
Sky
with this
with the
Lord,
ground.
they're syncing up the waves. And SRG, if you look at
Aku
the
rasa
wave
pecah
clear,
atas ni.
let's see how
Tak
they
boleh
make it
defend
work.
pun.
Already forcing out the Crimson Beacon. Innocent has the
Mid-
Zaman Force, however, but Cram!
Kram.
He's just getting shredded by Zippy.
Yeah, damage from Zippy is ridiculous. It pierces through the turrets too, so they gotta be careful.
on,
Mid lane
Force.
base turret taken down now. They're gonna be looking to go up top. Boye
Yeah.
is walking up. There's a cannon in it
Tak
too.
pecah dah
Phantom
atas, mid yang
execution,
pecah.
they get the turret.
Atas pecah.
At least Boya didn't have the flicker yet, so they probably won't force anything.
Sama-sama
And
guys, tahunya.
that's exactly what they have to do maybe. 'Cause
Goal lead
Mythic
beza
Seal
2,900
are
dipegang oleh
already
Mythic
in
Seal.
the
What
lead
in the
at an
world?
advantage. They've equalized the turrets. And I think maybe this is a better development from game number 1 because Mythic Seal for game number 1 were able to turn things around up until the very last moment. But this time, they've left SRG with only a single inhibitor turret in their hands. So this looks like a much more manageable game for them when it comes to the objective fights.
Hold up.
Activate daripada Crown. Crown buka Vengeance.
Oh, that's a lot of
Masuk.
damage, but who will be
Slot
bursted
masuk.
down
Crown pecah
first?
Immortal.
Sakai tries to reach for the targets from behind,
Oh, Sky's down.
but gets
Zaman
bursted
Force.
down instead. Zaman Force also laid by Innocent, but it's a retreat for SRG after losing their jungler.
Skies went in a bit too far off of the team.
Susah
as well, like, no one was
Innocent nak
able to
keluarkan
really
damage.
follow up.
Sebab hero enemy mobility banyak. Dia Zaman Force punya enemy belah.
I think
Tak jadi perang
Innocent to
situ.
come in
Innocent Zaman
right
Force
there
enemy
and
belah.
then, right
Yeah.
as he popped in Winter Crown, because that would have been a good combo, right? Then at least Skies wouldn't have died. 20
did, but-
seconds on Skies. This could be Mythic Seal just pushing in. And like you said, Brigitte, yes, they only got 2 base turrets from Mythic Seal.
Sky dah lah mati
But,
hidup.
it's
Hey,
actually
Stormy,
good for
Stormy.
Mythic Seal here because the lane up top is the one that they got the base turret.
Jangan
in.
bagi
That's
duk
the
lot ni
far
duk.
lane. 5 seconds on Skies. Mythic Seal could just force a fight right here now.
They're gonna try to burst it. But Innocent and Yums, they might want
Okay, reset.
to do something else. They're trying to look for other angles,
Good
but
play.
Boye, he has it covered. He knows exactly where they're trying to go from, but that buys them enough time to reset the Lord and allow Sekais to actually make it. Now, what is going to be the play for SRG, OG, and Mythic Seals? Zaman Force already committed onto
Zaman Force.
Kun. Might
Okay,
be the
Kun
first
mati.
casualty, not looking too good for Mythic Seals, but the damage
Sky kena duk. Sky kena duk. Cover Skies.
Sekai somehow makes it out alive, but they commit onto Stormy instead.
So you
Nico
down.
finds the kill onto Stormy.
Zippy
Oh,
goes
Cram.
in over to Cram. Now the damage
Ooh,
comes down as
whoa,
well.
whoa,
So
whoa,
that's Boye
whoa,
back to the
whoa.
bush. Guys walking up. Boye, Lu. Oh, sticking
Ah,
in
pecah
retaliate.
motor. Okay, Zaman Force.
Over. Boye taken
Okay, Boye down.
Innocent.
Lancelot masuk. Cram down.
Gets a kill back on Cram, and it's back to back team fights.
Oi, bapa fight ni.
For 2, and none of them will commit to the objective just yet. I have to correct myself. It wasn't Stormy earlier. But either way, Mythic Seal. I can't believe they're doing this. The defending champions, they are clearly struggling to find a way to end things quick, to hold on their lead, because it keeps getting snatched away from them
Give me
by
the flicker,
Mythic
you know.
Seal.
We're at a stalemate, ladies and gentlemen. Mythic Seal and SRG just keep going at it. They have suffered a few casualties in the battle, but it's always even. 2 for 2, 1 for 1. There was one big fight for SRG.
Ah,
one
ini dah
massive
main
one for
split-split
Mythic Seal
dah pula
as well,
Moscow
but after
ni.
that, it's just been trades after trades, and Nico
Oh.
is doing a whole
Atas
lot of
punya wave,
damage. This is the least accurate, lore-accurate Stormtrooper of all time.
Keluar je Skies ni, kau tengok. Dia akan cuba cari ruang untuk ni
That's
guys.
such brave positioning. Oh, and I feel like Nico can afford to be a lot more brave now. Picked up the immortality. So SRG will have to
Wave
consider that
cantik
if
je kan.
ever they want to look for a fight. But how do they deal with it now? From where do they expect to come from? Cram and Sekai's... Oh,
Oh my god!
Jumpa. Go. Baik.
I think
Nice.
What a read by Skies and Cram to hold their position up top, knowing that there might be a
Peluang cerah ni.
looking for the
Moscow dah tak ada. Jangan kalah kat sini sudah
They're
duk.
looking for the kills, but
Lancelot.
they have to escape for now.
Lancelot down.
Kills might not
Nice.
be the way to go. Innocent finds Ken, and it's 5 members of SRG marching towards the base. They'll do their best to try and defend, to hold the minions
Pistol.
on the side. But Nico could only do so much. But
bawah ada.
Kun buys some time, but at
Mampus.
least SRG, they still have a wave
Sekali untuk
marching
Crown.
down bottom. Nico's literally trying to make things
GG.
happen, but he can't
Wah,
anymore.
Alhamdulillah.
And we equalize the series.
Bapak ah,
right
kuat bodoh
here.
kecil ni. Ajir.
SRG refused to go down
Congratulations
like
to
that.
SRG
They took
OG.
things around yet again
Hey.
after a crazy back-to-back
Live try untuk Mythic Seal. Bakal ada game ketiga sebentar saja lagi. Jangan lupa like, komen, share bagi pendapat korang pasal game kedua ni guys. Oi, kari ngeri tu. Sama-sama kita saksikan game penentuan sebentar saja lagi. Siapa yang bakal mara ke playoff tak salah tu guys. Let's go guys.
An absolute banger of